one, elected officials matter to you because you start to realize that who is elected into office may play a role into your business, whether it be zoning, whether it be additional laws, whether it be pathways to financial resources. All of a sudden, knowing who is in office, what their position is, and how they vote on certain things will have a greater impact on you and your business and what you do going forward. The Chamber of Commerce starts to make a little bit more sense. For those of you who've never participated in this, the Chamber of Commerce is usually a collection of businesses that you pay into that gives you access to different resources, whether it be resources from the Small Business Administration. I'm not saying you have to be a chamber member to be a part of that, but that they can give you quicker access to. You also have the opportunity to get interaction with other businesses that you could possibly engage that could give you more insight about things that are going forward, whether they be banking, insurance, attorneys. Maybe, like let's say you're doing a particular type of business and your business is looking for this type of person or this type of business. Guess what? Now you have access to those people. Now, don't get me wrong. Some areas the Chamber of Commerce membership can be kind of expensive, but see if you can find smaller chambers, because sometimes they have little sub-chambers within the bigger Chamber of Commerce that provides just as much access, even as a part of being the bigger Chamber of Commerce. When you're running your business, you start to get a greater appreciation of all the money that employers have to spend on things. Workers' comp, unemployment comp, liability insurance, product liability insurance, employment liability insurance, general liability insurance. You're thinking, oh my God, why am I paying money for all this? Now that you're in that position of running a business, you start seeing those things a lot differently because you're now realizing how much money you're having to spend in order to ensure that the well-being of your company is taken care of. That money takes on a whole different vibe when you're looking at it from that standpoint. You also understand the differences you also start to learn the difference between revenue, income, and profit. Revenue is the amount of money that's coming in. That means it has no distinction. This is not your income or anything like that. It's just straight money coming in. And what ends up happening is whatever money is left after you've paid out all of your expenses, which can include your income in terms of paying yourself an income, whatever is left that's left over is considered profit. Well, guess what? There's some people who try to be slick with it. They just use the revenue. They don't pay themselves any income because they're thinking, oh, well, if I pay myself income, this way I have to charge, I have to get taxed on it because it's an income tax. I'll just do straight profit. Yeah, it doesn't work out that simple. And you start to realize quickly how those three pieces don't work out as cleanly. Hashtag get an accountant. So you start realizing how these different pots of money work in terms of how they come in and how they impact you. The revenue stream means just dollars coming in before it's been taxed, before you've used it for income or any expenses. You have your expenses, which can include things like your income, which is to pay you, and then whatever money is left over is profit. You start seeing, man, I want to have a greater profit. I want to make sure I get paid this certain amount, which means I need to make this certain amount of revenue in order to get this amount of income and make sure that I make this amount of profit. All of this starts to make sense when you start seeing it from the eyes of being a business owner. Once you open up your doors and you become a business owner, you stop looking at things as an employee. You start looking at things as an employer, and you really never lose that vision. Even when you close your practice and go back into the workforce, you start looking at how you make maneuvers and make moves in a wholly different light, because now you're no longer just Joe Schmo employee. You've got that employer goggles on, so you understand the importance of decisions that are being made and how those decisions impact you. And especially if you're deciding to transition further back out into the workforce in terms of reopening a business again, you now have a greater perspective as to why decisions are made and how it's important that you learn from those decisions as well.